to another episode of Monster Hunter Tri. We're going to be doing the Herbivore Egg Hunt, which actually is going to be in super fast ultra motion. Why? Because basically the mission's so long that going in super fast motion will actually still show you everything that you need to know. And at this point of the game, come on, be honest, viewers. This is not why you're here. You're not here to watch the little gathering quests. In between all of the big monster quests, you're here for the big monsters. If you're here for all the gathering quests things, I can explain them to you in simple words, because they're not that hard. Essentially, you go from a path from 7, 5, 4, 1 for the first time through. You can jump back to 7 from here. There'll be one Rhinopolos here. Kill it with, like, Pierce 1, anything else. The Rhinopolos won't bug you. Get there. I'm just carving them because I still have to make Rhinopolos armor. And this time you're going to have to take a different path. You're going to have to go from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 back to base. Now, actually, I got pretty lucky when I was doing this, and I got Feline Strong Cat. That essentially gives you Pro Transporter, which you can get from the Lolak armor set, which you can make right now, but I didn't have enough Ultraroth stomachs to make it. But there we go! That would be the quest. It's nothing really to shake a stick at. And from the quest, you'll probably be doing this quest a fair bit, because it's actually a good way to earn money, and you have a chance to earn charms from it. But there's another quest a little bit later, which you have a much better time at doing that. Because it's more, you'll probably get a charm or two every single time. And this village part, I'm also going to speed up because we have a new section to show off next. The Argo Sea Captain just said that he's bringing in another part, or another bunch of things called the Hunter's Realm, which you can bring stuff from that. But if you have him as that, he'll take a lot longer. And we have to make the Honey Box, where we can make honey now in the farm, so that's good. And the Argo Sea Captain brought plans to make a Switch Axe. Switch Axe is a new weapon that you can make, which actually is one of the weapons that I'm going to be using a lot when we get to low rank online, because I'll want to use it a lot. We also got another cat, which I named it Tater, because they're all vegetable stuff, and the other one was a little paw, and Tater's kind of cool. Alright. A little bit more of super fastness and me getting stuff, and let's see, I got poison shots because one of the things that we're going to do is called pest control, which you fight a bunch of Banabra, which is actually fairly, well, not fairly handy, but Banabra are, let's see, how did Social Distance explain it in one of the podcasts? If you haven't checked out Social Distance's page yet, I would. A man by the name of Christian and a man by the name of Nick all run a podcast, the Monster Hunter podcast, which mostly right now they're doing Portable Third, so they can show that off, but they've also done Monster Hunter before. But they're a fairly good podcast, and since Social is essentially the king of all Monster Hunter, in my opinion, he seems to know just about everything, or at least does research on just about everything. He's fairly good to check out. But he said at least once that essentially the gateway to being a gunner, at least once you get to high rank, if you hadn't been a gunner before, which I recommend if you get to high rank, to do it, because it's actually a fairly helpful job and a fairly good class, is to make your Banabra armor. Now to do that, you basically have to use poison, because otherwise, as you've seen before, the Banabra just, like, shatter. But the poison slowly kills them, and then you can carve them. So I'll be doing this mission a lot, because I want that Banabra armor. And I just noticed I didn't clean out my inventory. But this is the Flooded Forest. Essentially for the rest of the episode, which is like 19, almost 20 minutes long, will be a tour of the Flooded Forest. I think I go everywhere. There's one mining node right there at the beginning. Up here, there's a couple bug gathering spots. On this quest, there will be a few Banabra, so you can keep that in mind. You're given several poison shots, which, remember, your maximum capacity for that is 12. But you also get a couple poison smoke bombs, which you can make yourself, which is, I think, just a toadstool and a bomb casing. Which I'm being very cautious. I do not want to miss a shot if I can. So there we go. We can carve now. Get a Banabra shell. You're looking mostly for a couple monster fluids, a Banabra shell, and... not a Banabra shell, several Banabra shells, and some, whatchamacallits, some... Banabra shell? Oh, and Banabra wing segments, or wings. I think I have the light bowgun frame at the moment. It's light bowgun frame, the light, or the Ludroth stock, and the jagged fired barrel. Which, for all of you that don't know, essentially if you want a very good status gun, or at least a status gun that has all of the shots that you can use, bring one of the normal frames, that being either the light, medium, or heavy frame. You tend to get a lot out of it. Did I shot? Of course, there are Ludroth here, which can be somewhat annoying because now you have to deal with them. But I want to try to get this shot off without having to reload. I think I might miss, actually. Yeah, no, me missing a shot. Get used to it. I'm going to miss a lot of shots later. Just whiffing the big monsters. See, I think the jagged fire barrel gives you rapid fire Pierce 1. It's actually fairly good, except for Pierce shots are not the best for rapid fire, in my opinion. In my opinion, no. A lot of things that pierce are not really, like, water, freeze, and thunder. I do not recommend having on rapid fire. See, Pierce shot I don't recommend on rapid fire. I think that's essentially it. Pellet shot in most cases I wouldn't recommend on rapid fire, but that's just because you get a ton of recoil. Here in the Flooded Forest you can get a couple of bugs. Some important ones that you'll want. You need to get royal rhinos here to turn in for the quest, which are right there, which are account items, so you will get money for them if you keep them till the end of the quest. And killer beetles, right there. That's also another very important one. You'll need 3 killer beetles, or maybe 2, to upgrade the light bowgun completely, and I think 3 to upgrade the medium bowgun completely. We can't get the beetles that we need for the heavy bowgun yet. We'll find those in a little, or no, that'll be in the next 2 areas from now. So we won't get there for a while. I think you have to get to 4-star quests before you can get there. But that does not mean that the heavy bowgun frame is weak, because it's actually fairly decent in strength at 120 at level 3. I do not know why oh, because I'm trying to get it in the poison smoke bomb, which didn't really work, but that's okay. Alright, we have 5 monsters left. And it's good that Cha-Cha is carving these, because anything that he can gather is fairly good too. Just the other day, I was trying to farm one of the one of the higher monsters for this that we haven't gotten to yet. And he got the item that I was looking for while I was farming that monster, so Cha-Cha is worth bringing on basically every mission. More often than not bringing him in the fluffy mask, but he is fairly useful. Why I say that is because there's a strategy that you can do later, which is putting the monster to sleep, and then putting some explosives on it and blowing that monster up. And when a monster is asleep, whatever thing that wakes it up does double damage for that. And for some explosives, which do a set amount of damage that aren't really affected by defense, it does a very, very big amount of damage, which is very helpful for breaking some parts of monsters. But, like the other day, I brought him in the Acorn Mask, which in the Acorn Mask, he tends to be very willing to attack the large monsters. So I had put the big monster to sleep, and I was just about to get ready to set off the bombs, and Cha-Cha decided to attack at that time. So it woke up the big monster, and the bombs were basically not quite as useful as they could have been. Also, kids, this is a good point to point out that you should always put away your inventory before you go on another quest. Fireflies are not that important after the Golden Fish quest. Yeah, so don't worry about it. And you don't actually get as many poison shots as I thought you did. You only get 5, I think. Maybe it was 6. I don't quite remember. I thought I came in with 4. So, but this is Area 6. And if you're going to mine here, you're going to mostly be in Area 6. I think I completely ignore it for the time being. I might come back. I don't remember. Area 8 is actually fairly good for mining too, except for you don't get quite as good ores. Any ores that you might get would be in a blue rock around here at the bottom. It might actually be here, and I can show it off. It'll be around that pillar to your right that we just passed. But also in the flooded forest, you can get a very important mushroom here called a toadstool, which is essentially how you make all your poison shots. So it's very helpful to get. I think I only get one because all the other ones that I get are blue mushrooms, which are not quite as helpful. Yep, there we go. And I just get rid of those blue mushrooms. I actually think that's kind of funny. In Area 6, and actually in Area 5 as well, there are mining spots that you can get, which I think in the next quest I do show off just a little bit better, where you can get the ore you're essentially here for, because you're not here for Macalite ore, which you can find here, but that's mostly at the next area and Moga Woods, where you'll find a lot of it, and you won't really need to worry about it. But here, you can only find here, is Pelagisite ore, which is essentially why you are here. If you're mining, at least. You have to get Pelagisite ore, which we need a couple of that to make the Rhinopolis armor, so that's why I'll be mining here fairly often. Of course, off camera, so you don't have to see that. Alright, in here I'm going to show off poisoning the Ultra. They're not quite as weak as the Banabra to it, and will take a little bit of time to actually die. Cha-Cha, stop attacking them, please. I kind of want to carve them. I don't want you to explode them. Alright, and I need to reload. Well, most of the time when you hit something with a poison shot, the reason why it may die, if it's an insect, it may die instantly, is because the poison shot is actually one of the strongest status shots. The status shots do actually do damage. And I guess Cha-Cha destroyed the other one. Darn you, Cha-Cha. The poison shots actually they essentially do damage like the bombs. They hit for a steady amount of damage, which the poison shot actually does the most of that. Oh, and if you're trying to make a pro transporter set with, like, say, the gathering set that I have here, you'll need a lot of Ultraroth jaws, because they make the pro transporter gems, which actually I don't think you can make as of yet. But they're actually fairly handy to have it that way. Especially later. And I think here is the final area where we fight for this one. Let's see. I think we only have 3 more places to fight. And monster fluid is actually very useful. You'll need it for several things. And if you're trying to go after that switch axe right there at the beat that we just got, the bone axe, the Argo Sea captain just gave us the plans for, you'll need a fair bit of monster fluid, which kind of does make sense, because it's kind of mechanical, so the fluid acts as, like, I don't know, oil or whatever. But we finished. And we're gonna go collect our rewards. And next time we will be doing... What will we be doing? I think it's a blue drop quest, if I remember correctly. We'll be doing that next time on Monster Hunter Tri. The Bowgun Challenge, Gunner Mode, whatever you want to call it. Wanna Banna Bean Bong, whatever. So I'm Zachary Chuck. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I guess I'll stick around for the rewards. The game would hurry up. What'd we get? Lots of monster fluid and other stuff and armor spheres. Yay!